So today we are going to be learning about kinds of communities. Take a look at these images. What can you tell me about both of these pictures? What are some things you notice? Nicole, you just give me one, okay? One thing that you notice. Jasmine?
The farm.
A farm area, yep. Lenny?
Uh, the city.
A city, a farm in a city. Something else. Julian?
I see a lot of grass.
You see a lot of grass in this image, right?
Mhm.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So, farm and city, a lot of grass, a lot of buildings. Let's learn more, okay? Let's learn more. So, our social studies lesson for lesson 1 is going to be rural, suburban, and urban communities. Some communities are small, others are large. Communities are alike in some ways and different in other ways, okay? Our learning objective for today is I can identify, compare, and contrast the different types of communities. Say it with me. I can identify, compare, and contrast the different types of communities. Okay? Our vocabulary words. Communities, a place where people live, work, and have fun together. Rural community is a community in the countryside where the towns are small and far apart. Suburban communities is a community that is located near a large city. Urban community is a community that is in a city. Okay, so those are the words we're going to be using today, the terms. Now I have a little video for you guys.
Ruby, you're making it worse. I know, I like making snowflakes too, but they're so messy. At least it isn't my job to sweep up every day. I mean, some kids have a lot of hard work to do. My 10-year-old Jim lives on a farm, and he wakes up at 5 in the morning to milk the cows. What kind of places do people live? My friend Emma helps shovel snow in front of her apartment in the city. I guess people's lives can be pretty different depending on where they live. Well, I know there are people who live in rural areas, like farms, and then there are families that live outside of a city in suburban areas. And some people live in urban areas. But what is an urban area exactly? This is definitely a city. There are lots of buildings and restaurants and stores, all close together. People speak lots of different languages, and there's all kinds of different foods to try in urban areas. It's cool to experience so many cultures. Hey, save some for me. A lot of people work and live in the cities. More people live in New York City than any other city in the United States. There are over 8 million people who live here. There are buses and trains to help people get around in urban areas. My friend Emma takes the subway to school. Way cooler than the school bus, if you ask me. Well, I guess we have fun on the school bus, too. What are suburban areas like? Movie. We're in the bird. The suburbia? Well, we're close by the city anyway. I guess some people live in the suburbs, but travel to the city to work. The suburbs have some of the same things cities have, like schools, banks, grocery stores. Everything is just a little more spread out. Then there's some places where things are really spread out. Entering Farmville. Population 1,300. What is a population? Well, I know the word popular has to do with things people like. Maybe the word population has to do with people. Like 1,300 people live here. That's a much smaller population than New York City. This must be a rural area. But what's a rural area really like? There sure are plenty of big open spaces. Farmers use all the rural space to grow crops or raise livestock. Farming is hard work. Okay, you've done enough damage here. Time to head back to our community. At least this isn't as hard as farm work. Thanks, Moby.
Okay, so we learned a lot in that video, right? We learned about the 3 different kinds of communities. A rural community. A rural community is in the countryside where towns are small and far apart. Most of the time, rural communities are surrounded by open lands and fields. What do you think some people who live in a rural area do for a living? Just one answer, Piper.
Make products.
Make products like farming, like crops, like that? Yes, they're farmers in the rural areas. They grow crops, okay? Rural communities are surrounded by open lands and fields. Towns in the countryside are small and far apart. There is less crime, peace, and quiet and a slower pace of living. Small rural communities are special because everyone knows each other, and in times of trouble, the whole town comes together to help out. That's why they're special. Suburban community. A suburban community is a community that is located near a large city. Suburbs usually surround large cities. People who live in a suburban community may work in a suburban area or commute to a larger city, which is what we heard in the video, right? We live in a suburban community. Port Jervis is a suburban community. There are schools, churches, stores, houses are closer together, buildings, parks, roads, and neighborhoods. Urban communities. An urban community is a community that is in a city. A city has the largest population or number of people in an area. In an urban community, you will find tall buildings, skyscrapers, crowds of people, many restaurants and stores, parks, museums, and different forms of transportation. Transportation means carrying people or things from place to place. And this is New York City. There are many forms of transportation in the city. Subways. Do we have a subway here? No. There are buses that people get on to commute around the city, and you have to pay for this bus. They have airports. They have a train station. Taxi cabs, which we also have taxi cabs here, but they have taxi cabs there. There are many forms of transportation in cities, okay? These are just some pictures of skyscrapers, crowds of people in urban areas, the subway, an airport, lots of stores like Macy's, and a lot of restaurants that you can eat at, okay? Different cultures, ethnic neighborhoods. Okay, so types of communities. This is a little activity that we are going to do, okay? Everybody hold up your punch card for me. Just grab your punch card from your clipboard. Yep. Let me see them. Everybody has it in their hands. Okay, so during this activity, it is going to show you the 3 types of communities, okay? You are going to pinch your finger on the community that you think is being shown, okay? And I'm going to look at your finger. Whatever I see, whatever finger is the majority, we are going to click it and see if you're right, okay? We are going to do about 12 of them, okay? Here we go. Okay, what type of community is this? Urban, suburban, or rural? Let me see. I see a lot of urbans. Let's try urban. Good job, guys. All right, next. What type of community is this? Pinch it with your finger. Let me see. I see urban again. Let's try. Yes, good job. What type of community is this? Let me see the fingers. Okay, I see rural. I see rural. You guys are good. What type of community is this? Okay, I see urban. What about this one? Kind of hard to see, but I see a lot of lights. A lot of lights.
I know.
We just read about that in our book. A lot of lights. Okay, I see urban. Wow. Oh, what is this? What community is this? This looks like Paris. Yeah, Paris, France. What is it? Oh, I see a mix between suburban and urban, but I see more urban. I see more urban. Good job. Got urban. Oh, I see a train. I see a train. What type of community is this? Maybe, yeah. Okay, I see urban. You guys are good. What type of community is this?
Wait, it's not from a movie.
Urban.
Urban.
There's so many urbans. You guys are
Yes.
good. What about this? Where buildings are close together, a lot of restaurants. I see a lot of restaurants and stores. Urban. Urban for the win. You guys are good. All right, we'll do 2 more, okay? What type of community is this? A lot of lights. I see a lot of lights again. Urban.
Wow, let's go.
Woo. Okay, what's this one? Last one. Urban. Good job, guys. That would have been what? What would this one be? Suburban. That's right. Suburban.
Suburban.
Okay. There were like no suburbans. No, there was a lot of urbans, right, in one world. Please put your cards back down. Don't put them over your Post-it notes, okay? Because that's going to be for the next activity. So just put them down. Yep, just put them down. Okay, guys, eyes on me. Eyes on me. Ready? Little review on what we just learned. What is a rural community? Riley. A rural.
Farms and all the farms are spread out a lot.
Yes, a lot of open fields, farms, a rural community you can find in the countryside, right? A community in the countryside. What is a suburban community? Suburban community. Olivia?
Suburban community has houses close together and some stores and shops.
Yes, perfect. Houses are closer together. There's some stores, there's some shops and schools, right? What is an urban community? Addison?
Where there's a lot of gas and transportation.
Yes.
Skyscrapers.
Yes, perfect. Skyscrapers.
And a big population.
Yes, a large population. There's a lot of transportation. There are so many restaurants and stores, okay? Those are urban communities. Who can tell me what kind of community we live in? What kind of community do we live in? Christian. Suburban community. We live in a suburban community. Okay, so our second activity for today, we are going to compare and contrast a rural community, which is in the countryside, and an urban community, which is a large city. We're going to compare and contrast those two. We are going to find similarities that they both share, and then we are going to find differences, okay? The differences between them. So, on one of your Post-it notes, please write a similarity, okay? Write a similarity between a rural community and an urban community. Just one, okay, on your Post-it note. What's a similarity? Just think about it. On your other Post-it note, write a difference. One difference, okay, between them.
Similarity means same.
Yep, similarity is same. This is your exit ticket, guys. I want to see how much you learned. So this is going to be your ticket out the door to the bathroom, okay? One similarity and one difference. I'll give you a few more minutes to finish, okay? Really think about it. I know the differences are a lot easier, right? The differences are a lot easier because there's a lot of differences, but
Don't worry about spelling, just make sure you could read it.
yes, you're just gonna have to read it to me. Did you think of one, Colton?
Yep.
All right, good job.
You're
Write it
saying-
down. I'll help you out. Just one. Just give me one. Who lives in all three communities? Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, guys. I'm going to have somebody share something that is the same between the two with me, okay? Something that is the same. And where do we put the same? Where do we put the same? Right in the middle, right? In our Venn diagram, we put it right in the middle. And we put the differences on the sides, right? Okay, so something that is the same. Owen. Houses. There's houses in all the communities, right? There's houses in rural communities and there's houses in urbans. Okay, who else put houses as the same? Who else put houses? Okay, Owen, please come post it up there. That's perfect.
Houses or places to live would
Yep.
be the same thing. So if you did, come post it in the middle where it's the same.
Places to live. Okay. Addison, you're gonna give me another one?
Both have different kinds of food.
Different kinds of food. Different kinds of foods. Perfect. That's the same. Different kinds of foods. There we go. We fixed it. Yeah, just be careful when you're putting them up there. Does anybody else have food? Does anybody else have food as something similar? No? Carlos, you got one?
The same as there's cars in the urban and suburban has cars too.
Yes, there's cars. There's forms of transportation in both types of communities. Who else has transportation? No one else? You do? Okay, stick it up if you have transportation.
Cars.
Good job, guys. Okay. Similar, Alexa.
People.
Okay, put that up there. There's
That's
people.
right.
There's
People live in
both.
all three communities. Good job, Alexa.
Yep,
if
that
you
was
had
perfect.
people, go up and put it up.
Put it up if you have people.
Yes, put it up there.
Good job, Colton. Good job, Julian.
Julian, stand, please.
Watch your head. Good job, guys. Everybody had people. That's great. Perfect. Okay, Lenny, tell me yours.
And different. And urban community, it has skyscrapers.
Okay, that's a difference between them, right? Who else had skyscrapers as being different?
I did.
You did? Perfect. Different. Yep, right on the side. Go ahead, put them on the sides. You
So
guys
that
are
side
good.
is the urban, skyscraper is the urban side. The other side would be what's different about a rural.
Rural, the houses are farther apart, right? Anybody else have houses are farther apart in a rural community? Okay, put them up. These are differences, so they go on the side. Hold on, Alexa and Emily, I'll get to you.
Rural is on the right,
Thanks, Damien. Good
urban
job.
is on the left.
Oh, wait.
Right, rural on the right, rural right.
Here,
Urban
Colton.
on the right. And
Okay.
urban on the
I
left.
think that worked. Right.
I guess that'll work.
Alexa. More land in a rural community, right? More land. Rural on the right. Emily. A rural community does not have a lot of jobs. You can find more jobs in an urban community, right? That was great. Good job. Okay, did I get everybody? Did I get everybody?
Other side, Em.
You guys did excellent. You guys did excellent. Piper, you have some to share? Or do you have the same as what other people had? Okay. Okay, guys. So, eyes on me. This is important. Eyes on me. So this was your exit ticket out the door. You guys did excellent. There is a worksheet on your desk where we are going to compare Christmas and Hanukkah. Okay, we learned a lot about holidays, traditions, and customs, right? We learned a lot about them. So we are going to line up for the bathroom. When we get back from the bathroom, you will sit at your desk and we will do independent practice comparing and contrasting Christmas and Hanukkah, okay? Good job. Good job.